I'll tell you what, guys. I guess it might be just meant to be. Julie's over here doing the same thing. It's like old times are here. Let's look around at this. We're actually doing our truck here right now. And it really is kind of like a dream. I walk around here and think about the very first time we took a truck apart with the tarp in the garage. I rolled up 1x2s in a tarp and screwed them to the side of the house around the garage. The truck was out there and I used the garage and I completely filled the whole garage up with parts to tear our first one apart. I've kind of caked it pretty good. Oh, I missed them though. Look at that. Not a perfect world. There's black too. There's light gray, dark gray, and black. All paint up on here. It's more a get it coated type of thing, not Better Homes and Gardens. Anything that happens outside of where we're at right here happens cab on. You take the axle and drop it down, take the sway bar off and the steering linkage, and the axle physically hangs by the bar right there. And so the spring just physically comes out. You just grab it. It's not attached at all. And then we could paint the underside of there whenever we have to do brakes, which should happen pretty quick because I think this brake was actually locking up and the tires are shot. We got our work cut out for us. Even missed the bottom right there. It's not done yet. I mean, that doesn't mean it has to stay missed. I got the front and the rear cover, upper oil pan, all they're drying. They're good right now. You could grab them. This all needs to be done, which this is a massive part of the job. Okay, if this is something I don't know how to address because I don't even want to put these jobs together with nasty freaking wiring. I don't even want to do it. So we're at a quandrum here because that's a whole day. If I'm lucky, a very long day. Got stuff spread out. The intake is ready to go. I don't know what to say about that old girl. Not available. Sheet metal. I don't care if it's be scratched. Make the mold out of concrete and smash a freaking piece of sheet metal on it and bam, we have one ready to go. That would be freaking wonderful. All these parts are ready. The high pressure pump's gonna go on right now when we put all the covers back on, because this is a different setup here. We are not rebuilding the engine, so we are going back together right now. Let's go. Table's all screwed up. Everything's all dirty. Equipment's all covered and safe. Manifolds are ready. Have not touched those at all yet. I mean, one would argue we could run the heck out of this surfacer. We could run it. I really want to run it when it's really, really needed, is what I would say. There's our little hook for the oil pan right there. Oil pan's done. Kind of got the oil pan, the valve covers knocked out. The bolts are all done. Mostly all done, almost. That's all that's left on the grinding table. Not much. Haven't touched the oil cooler. You know, I've been thinking about that oil cooler right there is a leak point. The top plate could be a lot better. Just thinking out loud. I guess the moral of the story is that living the dream here. For a gearhead, I don't know what else you'd want. I mean, we can go sit right here and surface something. We could go sit right here and think about what we're gonna do for rod bushings. I really haven't made final decisions on anything yet. We actually could take everything apart. I don't freaking know. But I'm cleaning it up as if we're not. But to surface both of them, I mean, here 4 surfaces. Yeah, that's versus gaskets on a truck that's ours. I still haven't figured out where we're gonna put this at. You guys remember what this is? That's that big awesome sign that Frank, I think it might need to go here or over there. Or there. Or I really, that's what I'm saying. So that's why it's still in the box. That's after the first killing of the pad. Look, she got all the paint off. You can run around in a circle there with a sander and clean the whole surface without touching where the bed plate physically is at. So I kind of got my whole little sanding station here. Do manifolds too. I have this fixture that I can put in the surfacer and cut, but it works very, very good for holding that goofy ass damn thing while I'm hitting the sander. I don't know how many papers we're gonna use, but if you clean, oh, she found shop towels. Yes. We're not even done sanding, so this is just to remove the dirt from the pores so that we can sand more off is all this is for. This is by no means trying to, we have no desire to clean anything out of any bolt holes or anything right now, because this is still, we're still tearing it up. You can at least try. You gotta be careful though, because you wind up sucking oil out of the head bolt hole and it'll put oil all over the surface that you're trying to sand. So now is not the time to even try to clean the head bolt holes. Coolant will do the same thing if you got coolant in there. 36 grit, come on. Ugh. That's what you're left with in a good serving area. You're left with a part that blew to hell. That's what you're left with.
Yeah, not.
That's gonna suck to get all worried about it and have to pull out our damn surfacer. Don't we want to leave the surfacer in the toolbox? We don't have to pull it out on every damn engine. It's pretty sketchy right here. Those head gaskets did no justice by letting it just blow the hell out of crap. Julie's checking recession. We got 113.
And we got this one's 30, and this one's 13.
30 to 13. Yeah, they're really bang up job. Here's how I've got them sitting though. There. That is horrible. Yeah, so if we, okay, so this absolutely justifies everything I'm wanting to do with this truck, this job specifically. Okay, we got a 13 to 30, so the valve recession is absolutely just hideous. It's all over the place. It's absolute.
All of the exhausts are 13 to 15, and all the intakes are between 20 to 30.
Oh, so at least they're close there. At least they're consistent. Okay, so that's why we had a bunch of exhaust valves hidden. You know what? We're doing it. I'm gonna keep going. I ain't gonna let this scare me. We're gonna see if something like this, if I can make this seal up, put some Felpro head gaskets on it, do it without the surfacer, that's gonna show us how much of a budget can you do this job on? That's what I'm saying. We need to know how much will work. That's not done, but that's not good either. That's kind of shitty. Well, there you go. Now you finally saw it happen. Just take your time, like imagine it's like a surfacer. Those were freaking horrible. We was actually considering taking the surfacer and cutting these, but I just put a fresh piece of paper on the other sander and let her eat. And honestly, we are gaining experience right now. That's what we're doing. We're gonna find out if this can be done or if that surfacer absolutely needs to be used just to clean the metal. Because I feel, hopefully, since it was serviced, the geometry has already been corrected. Well, I hope that's not a divot right there. That'd be a drag, wouldn't it? I mean, I could get the feeler gauge out, the straight edge, but you know, the straight edge is the most expensive tool, one of them, because that'll cost me to tear all this freaking crap apart if we want to start checking like that. That's not what this is about, not this truck. I'm gonna let her eat. That was horrible too. That was real bad. I could put another fresh piece of paper on and clean it all the way up, but I think it'll be all right. This isn't even, I mean, we got the covers to put on, but we're I think just about done. I went and touched off on the top. I did not touch the back. It's not bad at all though. That's easy to clean. I put sealant on that joint, so it doesn't have to be a perfect. You can zip wheel that. Anything you put sealant on, you can zip wheel. That's what we're left with over here. It came pretty freaking good. What do y'all think of that? I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of cavitation marks and divot marks and crap. All kinds of crap. I mean, it's just nasty porous metal. Let's see if it's good enough. We're gonna find out. I don't really even want to refresh the valves because we're not touching the rings, so you're just gonna let this engine burn how it was burning. It would have to be something horribly bad for me to decide to go ahead and take the surfacer off, because we actually seriously considered on this one because of the spots, and I kept working on it, kept going, and now they're okay. We're riding with it. I would love to take the intake out and clean all the passageways, clean everything up, but that's not, I mean, yeah, you'll probably see a gain. It'd be some of these trucks be equivalent to porting and polishing the freaking cylinder head by the time you get all the nasty soot out of the way. But that's not what we're doing. Do we do valve seals? I mean, we should. But hell, if we're gonna do valve seals, I might as well pull the valves out and clean the valves, at least wire brush the valves and clean the heads and put them back together with our little blocks somewhere. I've got those little blocks that keep all the valves organized so that we can take them out and put them back in the right spot. You know, we can do that. But I don't, you know, I want to see. I want to try it. I want to try and do not everything and see how it goes. Because I mean, we drive quite a bit. We're gonna be driving this. I mean, along with the other ones that we have. Anything that the shop does, this will probably be our shop delivery driving truck, shop hauling truck. Here there is a 26-foot tilt deck trailer that's perfect for any pickup truck. But for a little while we're working it, I want to go ahead and pull the 40-footer. That way we can work this freaking truck, work the crap out of it. Let's get a good test right off the bat to see if these damn deck surfaces are going to suffice, because they're a little sketchy for sure. Those gaskets will have divots in it. But when the surface is ready to go, brake clean will take that paint off. So I don't even regard, I'll paint them again. Once I get done with all the cleaning, it'll take off those scratches and stuff like that, little nicks on the sides. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get a refresh on those. That way, right before I put them on the truck, we take brake clean and wipe off any overspray that's on the flanges. That's when we're installing it, so it's be fine. The block is getting ready for final clean. It's almost up, and the heads are here, and they are ready to go back on the truck. WD-40 the surfaces. They're all linted and WD-40'd up. So that's what we got. Yeah, it's time to final clean that old girl right there. We're gonna spend a freaking crap ton load of time on it. Let's get it over with now. Okay, I'm really debating on putting a fresh piece of paper on this and trying to cut some of this out. We got scratches in here, and I could just make it be all grain, not the cavitated mess. A lot of that, I mean, these just kind of look like crap. If you do any more, it would be to actually take material off. And I think that sander, there's a forgiveness in the distance away from each other for the spec for a head gasket, a surface flatness. So, you know, having that sander that does a big chunk at a time and goes over, I might actually freaking want to do some material removing. Or I just let it ride, and then we can try to make mental notes of what we can actually seal up. That side's freaking bad too, look at that. I mean, what's not, it's actually deep, it's cavitated out. We got a little bit of spot right there on the side of the head gasket. That's very concerning. Got the center pretty much clean and this side, but that one's concerning, that one spot right there. That's a horrible freaking scratch. I keep looking at it. That's just, I don't know if we did that. I mean, I was studded before, so I don't know. If this does not work and this thing winds up with blown head gaskets, then we'll know scratches like that. Go ahead and put a brand new piece of paper on it, and then I'll start over and eliminate every scratch on the deck surface with the sander. I think we could do that. It'd take a lot of paper because I'd have to have the brand new, what I said before, I always like to burnish it in on the steel table. Yeah, I'd have to not do that. I'd have to put it on here with 36 grit and let her freaking eat, just, and it'll probably only make it halfway before it starts. Then I'll have to change the pad, the paper, and then come back again and try to do the second half, because that first little bit with that brand new paper, probably to here, it'll probably make it brand new. It'll eliminate every single thing on it. Pull everything out, I'm gonna call that done. It's time to final clean. Shop back out, get rid of every single nasty crap that we've got, and start cleaning to put new parts in. Shop back through first initially and to spray this out. That's why I don't worry about this. I'll spray it with brake clean when the engine's upside down, and it'll just clean the hell. Start the extremely long process of cleaning up the damage that we caused by sanding on that. A little around, this is the very first touch. Spray a little, and just breaking out the block drain, the block heater, and inside of there, just spray up in the cylinder, spraying that one. Look at all the dirt coming out of there. How's that look?
Good.
Okay. Taking a look at them. Wear lines, they look pretty good though.
Yeah. How's this side look?
They're fine. I'm just looking at all this grit that we left in here. And we'll just back it out. Back it up and then wash it. There's crap everywhere. It's not for the faint of heart to go do it. You have to really pay attention to clean good. So I changed my mind. I can't take it. I'm not going to deal with having a bed plate leak. I'm going to go ahead and change it. Pull the bed plate off right now. We're committed now. Okay, let's do it. Heck with it. I don't want it to leak. Okay. You wonder why they leak. There is no sealant whatsoever on it. We just lifted it off. There's literal cake with oil on both sides of the gasket. So yeah, that was a leaking bed plate. So glad I didn't say heck with it and let's push the limit. If we know something's right. Yeah, it was kind of stuck. Just kind of. So we're gonna clean this off, slap a bed plate on, like hopefully fast. All the talk I did about freaking not doing the freaking bed plate, now we did it. We've got this procedure many times shown, but let's do it again. And don't forget to oil the surface where the bolt physically touches on the top of the bed plate. Some lubricate on the bearings, some surface prep on that, anaerobic on the edge with high tack spray underneath, and some TA29 on the ends. Let's get it. Drop them all in an oiler surface. Let's get them down. I use this guy first and run them all down till they almost touch. And then actually I watch the book. Julie will get the book out and so that I go the right way. I'm just picky. I like to do it the exact way. But we'll get them all seated down here like this with the DeWalt. And then I'll actually go down again with as strong as the DeWalt can go in the sequence also. And then we'll start torquing. I think the last one I did, I was very happy that I split the first torque in half. The 90 was a bit much. I like to start it at 50 and then go to 90. Look, paper right there. Read the freaking manual. Make it 40 pounds. We'll do the first one at 40 pounds. Whew, okay, that's done. Upper oil pan on. Oh, you smeared sealant right there. I normally don't touch that. Yeah, normally I would let it ooze out and stay oozed. Dang it. Oh well. Sealant on the oil pan. So we had like 5 cans of this paint. So that's why the oil pan is also this color. Put all the bolts in now and get it flipped over for the last time. Put the oil pan on first. That way when we put the lifters in, all the oil that leaks out of the lifters because they're soaking in oil will at least be contained inside the engine. Kind of like to keep it there. Here's the drain plug in. She's about dried up. Maybe we can clean the floor here too in a minute. All right, front cover's on. We're just about dried up. Put the rear cover on. Let's get the new lifters in. So right here is the moment everybody been waiting for. Didn't even know it. Fresh set of lifters in here. Put them in, see we soak them in oil. That helps to, I see a bunch of videos of people putting, when they try to fire up their fresh rebuild, I believe that's because they didn't soak their lifters. When lifters are built, they don't have any oil in them. And it takes a long time to get that pressure to get inside of it. So I believe when you let it soak and sit submerged, then all that, the oil can get into the lifter and it doesn't have to pump the whole thing up when you're trying to build oil pressure. So that's a freaking must.
Yeah, soak your lifters, guys.
You know, I've been saying it for a while, and I've never heard anybody say anything like it in any place, that the high pressure pump needs to be sealed up the same time the rear cover is. I really just assume would do that and put all of the sealant that goes on the entire engine needs to be done pretty much at the same time. That way, no matter where it's at, I mean, we got some smashing out. We'll cut that off after it completely dries. It'll be great, but we got that oozing out, and I'll put more sealant there and seal along the bottom and put the high pressure pump and the pump cover on right now. Lately, I have been going ahead and sealing the whole pump cover, the whole thing, but we're talking thin. I mean, that is barely any sealant, just a touch of it. I really want to get enough balls that I need to do something with the oil cooler too, because the oil cooler after a couple of years is a definite leak point on top of the oil cooler. It's not very good at keeping oil in, damn it. But everything else when we get done, we'll keep oil in forever, but oil cooler is a little touchy. Holy freaking crap, it's getting close. Go ahead, don't forget your cover. Now's a good time to put that in right now. You don't need it anywhere else. Old dirty bastard right here. We went ahead and took it all apart, so all the seals should be just fine. We did the bed plate. I couldn't stand it. I mean, it might blow freaking head gaskets from these crappy surfaces, but hey, it won't leak oil. Front and rear crank seals is where we're at right now. Cam and crank sensors, the block heater, low pressure regulator, oil pump, cover, balancer, flex plate. Get all that tightened up. So we're like 15 minutes away from being done with the stand right here and this going back over there. Didn't take very long. It's kind of nice when we bang this crap out. Really not worth the hassle. Put new cam and crank sensors in. Just put them both in. Don't not do that. Front cover. Lube it up with luber plate. Julie's got all the stuff out, ready to. This is a system. We have a system right here for this. This will be done in a second. Just like that. All right, holy crap, not a bad Saturday. I don't know what day it is actually, but not a bad day. Oh, let's pull this out. This is what I use to hold it, to tighten everything. Put that through there and hold it here, and it works wonderfully. But that's done. That's ready to put the mount back on the top, lift it off the stand and put it back in. That is what Subaru Service calls a short block right there. Like that's a short block, in case anybody at all was wondering. Makes it very serviceable, very easy to put in without having oil leaks, basically. So let's, yeah. Engine mount, let's come on. You gotta get that guy right there. All right, time for a change of scenery. Let's get back over here. I probably should change transfer case fluid before I put that pretty freaking skid plate back on. It's very easy to drain and fill with no cab and no skid plate. Walking around taking my assessment of, well, the whole freaking job. Oh, that was like pressurized. Probably should take the cap off.
Yeah, because
Let's see if there's some in it. I got everything covered up. Here we go. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's dark. It's ready. This is a 100,000 mile fluid right here. Transfer case every 100,000. Get it out of there. And use full synthetic. I use full synthetic ATF. Who knows what this is? I mean, this could be like purple power or something. I've been mistaken by that before. Or it could just be dirty freaking fluid. I don't know.
All right, I'll go get some fresh.
Get a towel. There we go. It was just a little decision we made to go ahead and tear this engine apart, clean it all up, put some lipstick on it. Got a little cart left here. Now that we're done painting, we had to put Frank's truck outside. We had to. There's too much painting going on here. Now I don't need to pull the trigger on another, well, aside from maybe touch up on the frame, but so we can pull Frank's truck in. But right now it's dark again. It's constantly dark. So I at least want to get this engine sitting in, get everything set back where it was in chassis. We don't even have head gaskets in the building for this, so we can at least get it done. This is what the engine does. The fake engine holds the transmission in place, and we'll lift it out and put it on the pallet, and then, yeah, do it again. Simple as.
Now we have a long journey up.
Yep. And we gotta go way up to pick it up. She's ready to take it. Now it's prepped to push in. Put a strap on the front. Oh, I haven't looked at the torque converter yet, but let's shove her in here, put the little stud back on. Don't forget that guy. That way you can hook the transmission line up to it. Try to not scratch your oil pan. Okay, we got it lined up. It's in the house. Throw a couple of bolts in it to get all the straps off and drop that sucker down in its home. That's a pretty good stopping point right there. We got Frank's truck back inside. It's been chilly out there, but it looks a lot better without all that overspray on it. So we got the engine in, covered up, and we will try to hit it again tomorrow.